Hey, welcome back, guys. We're here for another one. Just a bunch of the same little things getting done. It's not really too exciting, but we're going to keep going along. You see the battery's on charge, so it shows, kind of getting closer to some bigger things, but just bear with me and we're going to get going today. Alright, I've had about enough cleaning these up, so let's just skip to where they're done. Shoo-wee, checking things out, guys. Got the bottom undercoated, got the tops painted, got a few other miscellaneous parts painted, got the core support ready. It's crazy, that little finger snap error took me about 3 days, but I'm ready to get moving right on along with some bigger things. I'm going to try to get this truck moved out today. I'm going to pressure wash the firewall, get it all cleaned up just because it's been driving me nuts how nasty it is. All that stuff caked on it. Should clean up pretty good. Gonna get that core support painted today, and we're gonna be one step closer to starting this. Not gonna try to hide this one. I'm out of breath, I'm a little bit ashamed. When you put a rope on your cab, up to your loft to hang stuff to paint, untie it before you push your truck out because it will not go. No matter how hard you push it, how much you look around, you gotta untie that rope. So I'm gonna get it untied and see if I can't get this thing wheeled outside. Alright guys, I was going to try to get some angles of this and make it look good, but there just ain't no way to go about it. You can see there I got some pretty gnarly runs in several places. The paint I was trying to use was horrible. It was getting a weird textured finish to it. Whenever it sprayed, it came out in droplets. It wasn't like itemizing, it wasn't misting very good. It was just coming out real coarse, and the more you would try to make it look smooth, the worse the runs were getting. It just did not work out well for me. But luckily I had some good paint up here for the top, which you're actually going to see this core support. And it turned out pretty good, so I'm happy with that. The rest of this will all be hidden. And plus, this ain't going to be a show truck. I'm going to drive this thing, so that'll be plenty good to be able to enjoy it. But if you guys were wondering whenever I was priming it, this is the primer I have been using, Rusty Metal. Really like it. They was out of it, so I had to switch to this. That's why part of it was primed black and part of it was primed the brown color. Here's the paint. They was out of the Rust-Oleum, which I normally use that I have good luck with. So I tried this, and it just, I don't know if it was the nozzle or what, but it did not spray out worth a darn. So anyway, like I said, it ought to look good. Top of it looks good. Rest of this will be hidden. But now we get to go to the cool stuff. We get to put this core support on that truck over there, get the radiator mounted, and get one step closer to starting it. All right, guys, big thing as you can see, core support is on the truck again. Hopefully don't have to take it back off. Got my hood latch hooked up there. Pretty happy with it. Got the shifting linkage hooked up. Just seems like a bunch of little small things getting hooked up, trying to get this truck all complete. I got this wire here, and it looks bad just hanging out, but from factory, they had it running here with this harness, and it ran singly back to the fuel tank. I didn't like it. I'm going to put it in with like the rear tail light wiring. Should hide that a lot better. Got the transmission dipstick in, and even in time-lapse, that thing took me forever to put in. That thing was a pain in the butt. But we're going to keep moving along, seeing what we can do. I'm going to get them heater core lines cleaned up, get the blower motor put in, try to get the inner fenders put on. Because I wanted to do a wheel to start video, but this radiator is bent like a sucker. It's leaned over about 2 inches from what it needs to be. So, got to get a new one coming, no big deal. Take one more trip to O'Reilly, shouldn't hurt anybody. Also got my oil sending unit. Got a new one here to replace it. Here's the old one. It was covered in oil. I think it had been leaking. So, well, at this point, you might as well replace it. This one I won't be using no more. That was the switch that went with the electric choke. Obviously, this one's got a manual choke on it, so just having a single one should do me just fine. So let's get back to work and see what happens. What do you guys think of that? I know for sure it's going to help my OCD out a little bit having them heater core lines clean. Been bugging me for quite a while. Did get the inner fender on, blower motor in. Kind of bothered me a little bit that I don't have my hood hinges painted, but I'll get to them at some point. Here's the next big thing I'm working on. The old battery tray, the top, just rusted away to nothing. There ain't no point in saving it. Here the bracket is actually in pretty good shape. Got a little bit down here on the bottom that's ate away. I'm going to cut that out and replace it. Got a new top to put on it. It's only a $40 part. I probably should have just ordered it, but what's the fun in that? Put a $10 top on it, cut and weld, spend all day working on it, have $30 in it, and have something that probably ain't as good as factory, but we're going to try it anyway. Here we go. Alright guys, right all in this area here is why I haven't been able to start this truck yet. Started to clean up this old AC condenser. Noticed that it's pretty rough. All them fins are starting to break off. Got a lot of oxidization on it. Got a new radiator in it, or not in it, but I got a new radiator for it. Once I get the condenser, I can put them in and get this truck started up. But did get the upper radiator hose clean put on. Got the oil pressure sender back there put on. Started checking battery cable links. I got that wrote down, what I'm gonna make for it. Got the bracket put in. Turned out pretty good. Still haven't got it painted yet. I gotta come off the backside with the bracket here. Come off here, 90, come up to the fender, take care of that problem right there. No big deal. Bummer news, lower radiator hose is bad. You can see here, it's pretty crusty, kind of separating, coming apart, pretty soft. New one, that won't be too bad. Got the power steering pump up here. I'm gonna try to get it pulled apart, get it cleaned up. Had a hose twist off on it. I'm gonna replace it. Just doing a little stuff I can till I can get this truck started up, so here we go. Well guys, I'm sorry, I'm gonna end everything right there. I really wanted to put it in this video, the truck starting, but just not gonna do it. Today's not today. So I promise you guys, the next video, this truck is gonna start, it's gonna run, you're gonna get to see that. So thank you for bearing with me. Hit that subscribe button and appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.